he's fooled us. Do you understand? I mean, like, the guy has punked us, bro. Like opening a shower and say, I'm gonna get in the shower but not get wet.
I'm just a YouTuber, a Disney kid that wasn't a fighter. And now I hit the two-time heavyweight champion.
You want me to sit here
and say he's brave?
He's brave.
To put himself in that situation, to get your jaw broken 2 places for some content.
Friday night in Miami under the bright lights of Netflix, Anthony Joshua did what was expected, eventually. This is Split Decision. I'm Jack Figg and I'm back from my Florida travels. Meanwhile, my cornerman, Wally, is still out celebrating Jake Paul's knockout loss. To break it all down, we've brought in 2 men who were with us last week on No Glove Lost. That's fan favourite and friend of the show, Derek Chisora, and undefeated cruiserweight, the future face of British boxing, Viddal Riley. Now, fellas, thanks for joining us again. Derek, you said on No Glove Lost, if the fight went past 2 rounds, you would turn in your Netflix off.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. Did you turn off your Netflix?
I thought about it and I realized, you know what? Something might happen. And then something did happen. He had a broken jaw. So, listen, I said I'd turn off my Netflix 100%, yeah?
Okay.
But when I got to sit down with people we did the contract, they told me they're fighting in 22 by 22.
Yeah, the big ring, the big ring.
And I'm like, man.
Makes all the difference.
Yeah, it makes all. So AJ had to chase him. And by the time the guy got tired, he knocked him out the right way. And that was it.
Because Vidal's been waiting. He's been waiting for this. He's been waiting.
No, but I would listen. If the ring was too small and he went like 6 rounds, I'd have taken my mind.
Facts. So you give him a bit of leeway.
Leeway because the ring. Because ask yourself, when the last time we boxed in a bigger ring like that?
The Olympics.
Exactly my point. Yeah, and then plus as well, in sparring, the people you're sparring, they were not running away. They were coming to him.
That is what AJ did say post-fight. He said, you know, if I had sparring partners running away, I maybe would have been more prepared for it. But before we break down the fight, I just want to take you back pre-fight and talk about AJ's demeanour, because I was there in Miami for the fight week. And that was the thing that probably surprised me the most, was the fact that he had probably his most inexperienced opponent in front of him, talking the most, very derogatory about his skills and his career. And obviously that's what Jake does, we know that. But AJ was almost so humble and blasé. And he even said, if I lose, I won't retire. We asked him to clarify that in the huddle, and he said, no, these things happen in boxing. So I was very surprised by his demeanour, other than when he was threatening to kill Jake. What did you guys make of AJ's personality in the build-up?
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. You're fighting someone who you're supposed to have. It's not supposed to look competitive. He's not supposed to hit you. He's not supposed to go more than 3 rounds. But at the same time, you need to know how to control the pressure. I think AJ's demeanor in the build-up was someone who was like, you know what? Everyone's saying these things, but this is how I see it. Yeah, I rate him. He can box a bit. He did say in an interview with Steve Bunce that, like, when he was talking certain things, there's a part of me that wants to punch him in his face, but I'm just going to chill. And I feel like that's how he handled the immense pressure.
The last time we saw AJ fuming like this, like when he actually tried to do something, was with Dylan. Mm-hmm. So we should not judge him when he says something like this, because when he don't say nothing, we say, oh, why is he not saying anything back? Yeah. And when he says something, we're like, oh, what did you say that for? So the guy is not gonna win with anybody, because if he says something, you like, oh, you guys go against him. If he does not say, he's just madness. So
yeah, and Eddie said that as much as that, because we asked him. Well, I asked him about the comments about when AJ didn't threaten to kill Jake, but he said, if I can kill you, I will. And Eddie said, look, people say he's too media trained and he's too boring, and then when he says something, everyone's up in arms about it. So I understand that.
That's why I think it was balanced. That's why I think the build-up was actually balanced, because he said, if I can kill you, I'll kill you. That shows you I'm not.
And as the week went on, at the weigh-in, he started to show his frustration.
Yeah, don't touch my face. Like, it's not we're not running these jokes.
Yeah, man. So listen, he can't be, if he's a good guy, you guys hate him for it. If he's a bad boy, you guys hate him for him. So what can he do to make the public happy? It's hard.
Just got to be himself.
Yeah, so but what I like the most is that, the fight went on for a bit long, and then he smoked him.
He certainly did. And we actually have some fight highlights here, courtesy of Netflix.
And chasing legitimacy, the other guarding legacy. Round 1. us expected this fight to go long, despite the fact that most of us thought Jake Paul would utilize the ring.
Down to the body with the right hand for Anthony Joshua. There's a big left now.
Text messages are lighting up. Everyone wondering what the hell is happening. And Joshua continues to chop down Paul. Joshua, the Predator, counter right. There's the right hand. Jake Paul goes down again. Second knockdown.
He needs to keep moving them feet like he was in the early rounds, but it's hard to do that.
Right uppercut. It's amazing that Paul is still standing, taking the right uppercut. He knows he's been hurt. His hands are down. It's just incredible.
And even if he does land his best shot at the moment, not that much is going to happen.
And it almost, oh, there's a left hook. Oh, the right hand! Down goes Paul!
And his chin served on a platter for that right hand right there. And look at Jake Paul's face. He knew it right away. He said, woo!
So there we have it, the image boxing fans have always wanted to see Jake Paul on the canvas, knocked out. I was quite surprised with how AJ came out for the first couple of rounds. He was almost, for me, it looked like he might have been overthinking it a little bit. He was sort of like, boxing and moving, edging the jab out, feinting, which I thought like you obviously have to do that. But I just don't know if he needed to do it to that extent against an opponent like Jake Paul.
Listen, let me say, he hasn't boxed in 15 months. Yeah, he's got a new coach in. He's trying to employ a new philosophy. Use what he's been learning in the gym under the lights. You're fighting a guy that a complete novice. You can never predict novice's ability,
That's
right?
What they say, it's hard in sparring.
Yeah, you don't know how hard Jake hits you. Obviously, it's a fight. You respect your opponent. So him approaching the first few rounds like that is just entirely professional and just working out the scenario here. I got a guy that's running. Is he running? Is he going to stop in and hit me? Is he actually running? I need to figure out what's going on. And that's all he done. Which I think it was a perfect start. It's what you would do with an opponent that you don't have much to go off on.
Yeah, and Derek, as we were watching that, you were saying I actually quite like what I'm seeing from AJ. I like the style. You can see the change in what they've implemented with Usyk's camp.
Yeah, he's moving. He's more bouncy on his legs, and he was snapping the jab quickly a little bit. The biggest change is done. Yeah, most people didn't realize this. The biggest change is done. Is his shorts.
He did go with white. He didn't wear white, did he?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he usually goes with white.
I don't know if he's
I rate the camo.
He camo for fighting for Ukrainian war soldiers. Well, we don't know. Yeah, so no.
Do you know what was interesting as well? We're used to seeing AJ. His walkouts are a spectacle itself. He has like 3 songs, fireworks.
Yeah.
He ran down to that ring. He couldn't wait to get in there.
Yeah, because he knew that it was not a serious fight for him to
do all that. Yeah,
to do all that. It was just
to do that.
But you know what? After this fight, I think he's had more. I think America loves him now because the last time he was in America was not a good day for him. So now I think his next fight will be in America. I believe so. He won't be in London, he'll be in America because Americans love him now.
Yeah, 100% I agree. I think him going there and fighting on this stage and fighting the opponent he fought, the market that he's now exposed to as well changes because some kids didn't know who Mike Tyson was until he fought Jake. So then there's going to be people that don't know AJ until he fought Jake.
What I found most funny was, to your point, a lot of women in America were waking up going, where's this fella been for so long? I guess that is kind of why they did it, so he could get in front of this new audience.
Derek said this though. He said before AJ, we had the old ladies watch boxing, and then when he started, the models come.
Yeah.
And to your point, Viddal, because you look on the surface of it, took him 6 rounds to knock out Jake Paul. Most people would see that as a failure. And what to Derek's point, a 22-foot ring, Jake used every inch of that.
Every inch.
He was falling on the floor from around round 4 is when the fight sort of starts to get a little bit silly with Jake falling on the floor. And don't get me wrong, he was doing what he could to survive. But is it, you guys have been in there, I'm sure, with novices, smaller men as well. Is it hard to knock someone out when they're doing all of that?
Yeah, people are moving. If he's moving, because this is why he said what he said before, like, I'm going to get you, I'm going to chase you down. People didn't understand what he meant by that. And then he came through, he chased him, took his soul out, knocked him out. And his soul was like, it was like leaving his body.
No,
came back,
like
So in the press conference, he said exactly what he's going to do, and he did it. And now we believe it, you know.
Viddal, could you see this sort of frustration? Because from around round 3, you could see there was a bit of anger, not anger, but definitely frustration on AJ's face as Jake was, you know, he's ducking under, he was clinching. Could you sense the frustration in there?
Yeah, I mean, naturally, you will get frustrated if something's not going according to plan, or you miss a punch that you're like, oh, like he made me miss by quite a bit there. Like you might get a little frustrated, but then that's why he's a champion, because he can fix it, calm down, change it, go back to your corner. Hey, relax, have some more. Don't get frustrated. Just listen to what I said.
Because there were a couple of occasions AJ missed quite wide with the right hook, and he was probably thinking, right, I don't want to do that too many times. And that's when he sort of seemed to measure him a little bit.
I don't know. I think when he started getting his jab going, started realizing Jake's patterns, realizing that Jake's not really trying to engage, that's when he closed in, and it took 6 rounds. Like, that's just... Jake didn't have a game plan on how to win this fight from a strategy standpoint. He just hoped that he could run and land something big, and thinks that AJ's got no chin, and that would have got him through to cause a miracle. There wasn't by this round we're going to do this, do that. It was just survival. It was like literally sparring with your cousin that doesn't box, and he just says, I want to get in there with you and try it. That's what it looked like.
But it took almost, for me anyway, 4 rounds, and AJ got caught with a right hand in the 4th round, almost realised, right, he doesn't have the power to hurt me. And then you saw he got on the front foot.
I mean, like, everybody keeps saying, oh, he got caught with the right hand, he got caught by a jab. I mean, like, it's like opening a shower and say, I'm going to get in the shower but not get wet. Listen, it's boxing. The guy got hit, he knocked him out. But people wondering, why is Jake Paul hitting him? Yeah, he's a gold medalist and he's a 2-time heavyweight champion. It happens, you know, it's a boxing fight. So when I see people say, oh, he got hit by a right hand, oh, I think he's hurt by... Jake Paul didn't have the power to hurt him at all. Nothing. He didn't even bruise him. You know, like this was like a sparring session. Literally. I think he's had more harder sparring sessions.
Way more harder sparring sessions.
Yeah, you know, this was a sparring session.
It's a lucrative sparring
and then the funny
session.
thing is that, I mean, like, we're sitting here discussing a guy. Yeah, I'll come back again. Yeah.
Twice we've been saying.
Yeah, I mean, like, discussing a guy who's never had an amateur fight. He's fooled us. Do you understand? I mean, like, the guy has punked us, bro. We've been punked.
Been played.
We've been played. Yeah, he's told us he's come out with a cure for cancer, and we believed him, but he hasn't. Do you understand? He's fooled us. He punked us. But we sat there.
He's marketing genius.
At 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, think he's gonna do something which is never been done. He's gonna go to the moon and walk around the moon.
No,
and
some people believed it. Some people believed it.
You believed it.
I didn't believe it.
Yes, you did.
What did I believe?
You believed it.
David Hay believed it. Allegedly, David Hay believed it.
Allegedly.
You say it was a miracle, his shoulders.
I've always said obliviation. And he broke his jaw in 2 places. He hit him in one place and it broke in another place.
I can't believe it, man. I'm back here again in this studio.
You love
this studio.
Yeah. Talking about it. I get it, man. But you know what? It's just one of those things like, Jesus Christ.
Marking.
Obviously, there was a lot of talking points from AJ, you know, what we've gone over. But do you think Jake does deserve credit? Because I've seen both sides. Paulie Malignaggi after said that he disgraced himself and will never be taken seriously. Others, like Chris Eubank Jr., says he deserves a lot of credit for getting in there.
Can't give it no credit.
You're not gonna give him no credit.
Credit for what?
Bravery.
Bravery for what?
To get in there.
And he stood in there for 6 rounds.
To get in there in front of all the people and let your jaw get broken to get paid.
And he landed a couple of shots. I know, again, like
I'll give him credit for that, because there's a lot of the bravery.
For running away when he got tired.
No. The bravery.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Sorry. From round 1, running away, jumping up and down, falling down on the floor. Yeah. When he could not move anymore, he got hit and he got a broken jaw because he was breathing at the same time he got hit. And we should give him bravery for that?
No, not bravery for how he fought. Bravery for getting in the first place, to sign up to do something like that, knowing you're going to get hurt. But you committed to it, you trained for it, you're doing press conferences, face-offs, you're going through the whole process.
You know what
That's
bravery is? You know what bravery is? Bravery
Tell
is
me what
when somebody signs up to fight for their country, knowing that they might not come back. That's bravery. This is not bravery.
There's tears of bravery.
No.
I'm not saying he's as brave as a military
This ain't
man,
bravery.
but he's brave. It's brave.
So Derek, would you have given him more credit if he went out there, held his feet, swung
got
for
banged
2
out?
rounds and got knocked out? Would you give him credit if he did that?
If he went toe to toe,
Yeah. How many punches did he chuck and how many landed? That's what we should be asking ourselves.
But the fact that he even, again, it's boxing, you're going to land. But the fact that he did at least land shots, can he? He can go to the grave and say, "Look, I boxed AJ. I lasted 6 rounds, longer than some champions have,
Yeah.
and I landed a couple of right hands."
Yeah.
Why would we doing this?
because you think, but you got to understand there. For him, you want to see how quick he posted the content of himself getting knocked out. Like he doesn't come from the place we come from, where obviously we own it. Yeah, I fought. He's looking at it like, oh, I broke my jaw. Do you know how many clicks this is going to get? I'm about to make 25 talks.
I've never seen any opponent
Promote
post
their loss as well as him, but that's why he did it.
That is
You
why
go
he
on
did it.
Snapchat, the series, I got knocked out by Anthony Joshua. Like, to him, it's like, wow, I ticked off something crazy. I'm just a YouTuber, a Disney kid. I wasn't a fighter. And now I hit the two-time heavyweight
Then you
champion
want me to sit here
and say he's brave.
He's brave.
To put himself in that situation, to get your jaw broken 2 places for some content, because there's a lot of other content you can make. You don't have to break your jaw in 2 places. I give him the.
So that begs the question,
give him
and
the
apparently
bravery.
Jake landed 16 punches. But that begs the question, if this guy was essentially there not to win the fight, he was there to make a spectacle and he was there to survive, should the fight have even happened in the first place?
So we do the maths. How many punches did he chuck? 16 punches in 6 rounds.
He landed 16 in 6 rounds.
Yeah, so that's average to what? About 4 or 5?
Not even 4 or 5. But still, I mean...
No, but this is what I'm saying. It's like,
And half of it was on a run. He was running. I mean, like... And then you want me to sit here and say bravery?
so you're not giving him no credit for bravery, Derek. Not
Bro,
one piece.
I you know what? I'm going to tell you what I'll give him. I'll take my hat off, for what he done for women's boxing. I will see him and give him a hug for what he did for women's boxing. Yeah, he's put women's boxing on the biggest scale on the map than any other promoter. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
That I would do that for him. Yeah. And I would take my hat off him for bringing different audience to boxing. Do you understand? Yeah. And selling out arenas for a YouTuber. Unbelievable. But I will not take my hat off him for selling me the dream that he's going to beat Anthony Joshua.
But he's got to do that, hasn't he? He can't go in there and
Yeah,
say,
you
look, I'm
gotta
going
sell
to
it.
run around and
then hope for the best.
Because people wouldn't have... That's boxing, isn't it? That's half of
Showbiz.
the job is the showbiz and the promotion of it.
When a fighter gets in the ring, you don't automatically say, oh, that's a brave man to go in there and fight in front of these people for their entertainment. You don't automatically give them like a badge of bravery.
No.
I'll ask this.
Fair
then.
enough, fair enough.
Do you think Jake genuinely believed when he signed the contract, and even in the days led up when he faced off with him and the size difference was fast cool, do you guys genuinely believe he thought he was going to win that fight?
When the first bell went, he knew he weren't winning that fight.
But up until that, you felt...
Jake Paul knew he was going to win that fight.
What did we learn about AJ then in those 6 rounds?
I can't not judge him fighting that fight. Like, even Tyson Fury watching that fight, like, I can't really pick up with the mistakes what he's making.
You can't analyze it, no.
So what we can only wait for is when he gets a good test for himself in February.
Yeah, so that's what we're led to believe. February in Riyadh, although Eddie hinted that he might have a couple of niggles, it might get pushed back to March. But in the days building up to the fight, we were hearing on the circuit, there was a couple of rumours that he might fight the kickboxing champion, Rico van Hoven. He's a esteemed kickboxing champion.
Is it boxing?
It will be a boxing bout, but it will be with a kickboxer. And Rico's 6'5". Funnily enough, used to actually spar Tyson back in the day. So I guess you could say he's got a bit of an unorthodox style. Shape-wise, it might be decent build up to Tyson. But do we really want to see AJ in with another non-boxer? That would be, if he wins against Rico, his last 3 wins would be Francis Ngannou, Jake Paul, and Rico van Hoven.
Was it going under Misfits or?
No, it will be a Riyadh season fight.
It should be a Misfits.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Misfits, that's where they have all the clown boxing stuff.
Is that a dig?
No, but no. First of all, I'm MF Pro.
He's a Misfits Pro.
I'm not saying, bro. I'm not saying. Misfits, they have YouTubers fight
But
there.
the Francis Ngannou fight with
So-
with Joshua and Fury was professional boxing rules.
I don't know about this. I don't know about this guy. No disrespect to him, but he's currently a kickboxing world champion. Not he was a kickboxer.
Yeah, he
and is
was.
now
He's
boxing.
36, I think. He's
man,
coming
get
towards the
out
end of
here,
his-
man,
But
get
this is
out
the,
here.
this
Because
is the,
sorry, because there is many boxers who or many fighters, Muay Thai fighters, kickboxers that have transitioned over into boxing. Are they the best at it? No, but like first one that comes to my head is like Tyrone Spong, for example, very good kickboxer, Muay Thai, and he was decent boxer, like decent ability.
I suppose we asked Eddie post-fight, or I asked him post-fight, and he didn't necessarily confirm it or deny it. Just said there's loads of opponents in play, whether it's Rigo or whoever.
Him and Dylan White.
Would you rather he fights an actual esteemed boxer rather than another spectacle fight? Because I suppose the argument would be they want the Tyson fight in September, Tyson Fury. Fury may fight in April time, so Joshua's going to have a warm-up before then.
But they both are gonna have warm-ups.
But how warm do they need to get? Do we...
Because remember, they haven't boxed for a while, bro. You know, remember this. Tyson, when he comes back, he's going to train to lose weight, and then he's going to have to train to get fit, and then start boxing, yeah? Anthony's already jumped the gun. He's already trained with the new trainers, yeah? He's lost weight. He's fit. And now he just needs a good fight, yeah? And he's ready. If they need to have the same time, so when there'll be no excuses when it happens. Listen, they both need a warm-up, a good warm-up.
Yeah.
And maybe that is why they're looking at a kickboxing guy who might not be able to give AJ the biggest threat. The only fear I have is we've seen it so many times. AJ is meant to fight Wilder in 2023, doesn't happen. Ryan Garcia is meant to rematch Haney, doesn't happen. It's almost like in an ideal world, yes, they need warm-up fights, but are we not going to learn from our mistakes? I imagine something happens. It almost happened. We almost lost the Usyk fight because Ngannou dropped Fury and arguably in many eyes could have beat him. So are we not going to learn from our mistakes?
I mean,
Everyone needs
far,
a warm-up, innit?
Yeah, no, everyone needs a warm-up. And especially both fighters' recent form is not at what it once was when we originally wanted to see them fight, which obviously the warm-up fights help them get back in form, show, get the public again believing. I really want to see these two winners go at it. You know, that's a big thing. And of course, from being a fighter, the perspective is, yes, you need to to learn your new coaches, lose the weight, all those things in the best way possible to perform in a fight of that magnitude of what that fight will be.
Okay, so let's say, again, we don't know whether it's Rico, it's just an option. Derek, who would you like to see AJ fight as a preparation warm-up before Tyson Fury?
Dylan, because we want to see them two.
That's a good shot.
You're spotting me.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Tyson can fight my friend
Jared Anderson.
Jared Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Bet Anderson.
Yeah.
Who, funnily enough, was in the camp sparring Jake Paul.
Yeah, but that's a hard fight for Tyson. That's unfair.
It could be.
But that's my point. If we're,
it could be.
That's my point.
Yeah.
If at that level,
Gerald Washington, the guy I boxed on my fight.
he's quite tall, isn't he?
He's quite
Well,
tall.
they actually were talking about maybe Makhmudov for Fury. He's got a similar build to AJ, I suppose. But
you never know. You know what would be good? They can be both on the same undercard.
Yeah.
And they can flip who's going to go first. And who's
But
gonna go.
then we're talking, I just can't imagine that either of it. Well, actually, AJ conceded to be in the B-side against Jake Paul. I just can't imagine how they would want to give an inch over who walks first or who
Yeah,
goes
but
first.
AJ
Point
wouldn't
toss,
care
innit?
about that. AJ wouldn't care
Yeah.
about that. Who walks first and all that.
Who would you like to see AJ fight next then, Viddal?
Deontay Wilder.
That was always, for me, the fight that made the most sense because it is still a big fight.
It's still a big fight. Is it? Do you class Deontay Wilder as a warm-up fight though? Are we putting him in warm-up fight category?
All the fights are warm-up fights, man.
If it's not Fury, I guess.
Yeah.
But what I would say is Wilder, even in his last fight against Terrell Herndon, really struggled over those 7 rounds. If I was AJ's camp, I would be confident enough in him beating Wilder. And what a preparation that would be. You go from fighting Jake Paul, Wilder, and then Fury. That's a very big 3-fight run.
I don't know who I'd want to see AJ fight next. Dillian's a good shot, but then Dillian's a bad shot at the same time because now people are going to start doing the big comparisons between him and Moses. That's what they'll do. Oh, Moses done it this round and it.
No, he had a broken foot. That's why he didn't fight that well.
I hope that people take that into account, but
Dylan had a broken foot. He said
he did, yeah. He didn't make it public.
Yeah, he had a broken foot.
Because he gave a lot of people stick, i.e. hate for the toe injury, so he never made that public.
Yeah, so he had a broken foot, so...
Do you see him as a world title contender now? I.e., would you put him in there with someone like Fabio Wardley, or is it all about just big money fights?
Yeah, man, listen.
As long as he's boxing, he's a world title contender. I think.
As long as he's strapping up the gloves and people are watching, he still got it. You know, he can fight. I think after Tyson Fury, he'll go for the world title.
You think?
Yeah, but it's going to be a hard fight, him and Tyson. It'll be a good fight.
Very good fight.
So what do we think is next for Jake Paul? Because
Recovery, bro.
I mean,
Recovery, bro.
so his promotional partner,
Recovery.
Nikita Badirian, said they're looking at about 6 months out, but with a jaw broken in 2 places, it might even
He
be a
said
bit-
July. I think
That
he
guy
said.
is not going to box anymore.
I don't. I'm,
think Jake Paul
I'm
would-
not sure.
No, he won't
yet.
box anymore.
I'm not
You
sure
think Jake
yet.
Paul's done as a boxer?
You're mad. After you had a broken jaw, you're going to have PTSD.
I don't think he can stop yet.
You know, you have a broken jaw and it's broken twice in 2 places, yeah?
Yeah.
You get have PTSD, bro.
Definitely.
You don't want to box anymore. He's not going to box anymore. He's done.
You think that's the last time we ever see Jake Paul?
Yeah,
in a boxing
man.
ring?
Tell me somebody who had a broken jaw in this boxing game who came back.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah,
Well,
many
it's called
fighters.
split decision for a reason. So
No,
now
but-
you're
but
on the
that-
other side. I
but-
take it.
Real boxers will come back. YouTubers won't come back.
So you think we will see Jake fight again?
I'm 50-50 right now, but
No,
I think
no.
I'm leaning more towards the fact he will fight again. The reason why I say that, what we betting? I'm not as rich as you, by the way.
No, we're just betting.
Just a gentleman.
A gentleman.
If Jake Paul comes back, you can slap me.
No, let's do a dinner.
Huh?
Let's do a dinner.
Where though?
Winner decides.
Okay, done.
All right.
I like Japanese.
Yeah, me too.
What
Me
about
too.
Five Guys?
Yeah.
No, if it's a bet, you can't do a bet with 5 guys. He's gonna
Yeah.
rinse my pocket. That's what he's gonna
so
do.
dinner.
But what I will say is, I think Jake is almost addicted to these big events,
No,
big nights.
It's that's what I'm trying to say. You know, like you said that.
Yeah, but you see, you're missing the point. He's addicted to this big night.
Mm-hmm.
But who is he going to fight for him to sell out this big arena again?
Crawford.
He could fight almost anyone. I
Crawford.
feel like, and
He
I
can't,
think
but
he only gets
Crawford-
bigger from this.
Crawford won't get in the ring with him. He will like Terence Crawford is just like, do you know Bardi? Yeah, when I spoke to him, because right now he's announced his retirement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if he.
Yeah, he will. He's like, he's, most people are stubborn, but he's one of the guys I know who's very stubborn. He's set his ways. The guy don't drink, he don't smoke. He loves his wife, he loves his kids. And, mate, when you see somebody who's got that barrier around them, it's quite hard to break that for you to say,
But it's bread there. You know how they
I'm
get.
telling you, bro, the guy.
know-
That is
Someone
boxing
throws-
101. Retire
when
and then come
someone
back.
throws
And
that
we see
cash-
Mayweather, Fury. They all do. it.
Like, it's a thing.
You know what? He's happy. Where does he live?
Omaha.
In a country
Nebraska,
village.
yeah.
He's happy, bro. He's happy with what
He's got a lot of Drake's got a lot of responsibilities. Yeah, to deliver to all the fighters that are under his banner, right? And part of delivering is the exposure. They can't get that exposure if he's not in
I
the main
suppose,
event.
yeah, MVP
doing something
profits
crazy
off of Jake.
Yeah,
fighting.
like Netflix put on these events because Jake is in the main event. I think maybe 2 more fights, like MVP will be established enough, but I think he needs to maybe try and still do the Canelo fight in July next year or do another major name.
And now he won't fight Canelo.
But he will say in his mind, he will brainwash himself. He'll say Canelo's a lot smaller than AJ.
With this guy.
You know, like
But it's interesting with Jake's career because I remember after he lost to Tommy, he fought Nate Diaz. Then he fights Ryan Borland and Andre August, 2 boxers, not journeyman, but out their prime. And I was like, okay, that's kind of on the right track to building your record to be a proper cruiserweight contender. He then fights Mike Tyson, step back in terms of progression, but a big event. He then fights Chavez Jr., former world champion, seemed like he was back on that track again. Then he goes to fight Tank and then AJ. So it's like he goes for, and he has always said we're interested in 2 things: big events and trying to become a world champion. If he does fight again, do you think we see him take another big Netflix type event, or do we see him go down a more traditional route, for
Big
less
Netflix
money?
event.
You think that's him now?
Yeah.
He's a big.
yeah, big Netflix event.
I
Because
think they'll look at the numbers for this and look at the draw. So
that's what it is. When he fought Andre August and Ryan Berland, no one watched that. No
But
one
it's probably
cared
the
about it.
best progression in terms of
If you want to do the long way, the traditional way, that path, then yes, it was the perfect steps.
Would you fight him?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, good man.
But this is the point. Actually, I was thinking in the build-up. because we spoke to Lance Lewis before, and he said, you know, if I was AJ, I'd feel almost disrespected by what Jake's saying to me. And the same to you, Viddal. Not only if Jake said I would be willing to fight you, Viddal, I think I'd beat you. If you're listening to that as someone who's boxed in the Youth Olympics, great amateur career, you've won all the domestic titles, would you not be standing across going, that's a complete insult?
I just don't take it seriously, you know what I mean? Like Jake, you can't take Jake seriously on camera. He knows what he's doing. It's just, you just have to hear him speak and just let it be in the atmosphere. You can't absorb what he's saying because he knows what he's doing.
But what I will say, and Derek, you can answer this, for a long time he was accused of calling out these names and with having no intention to fight him. The fact that he has actually got in there with Anthony Joshua, taken the shots, broken his jaw, if Jake Paul now calls out anyone, do we believe that he has the actual, you know, he really wants to go and do it? Because he's proved it against AJ. Would you believe him?
Listen, I will not believe him because against AJ, he's run away, you know, so I will not be staying up again to watch that anymore, to be honest.
So Jake Paul's lost the fan in you?
Because he made me believe that he's going to go in there and box. You know, the whole way you're shadowing, the way you're selling it.
It's true.
And then suddenly you came in there and then it was just...
But did he not do what he had to do to survive?
He got the shock of his life. He got the shock.
There was definitely a couple of times.
He walked in there with
Did you see his face? When
his face. Yeah.
He walked in there with 6'6", and then suddenly he got on the bike. Nah, bro. I stayed up watching that.
I think he wanted to box him. I genuinely
think so?
I think he wanted to until AJ walked across the ring. And
we can see his face there.
He felt something. He felt one of the jabs. You know how it gets there. You see a jab come out, you feel, whew. And then he said, right, I'm running. I'm done.
First of all, I don't think... Who's going to want to get in the ring with him? I know if the money is right, but
I think almost any boxer would probably want to get...
Who's going to stay up and watch it? Who's going to buy it?
I think the fact that he got in there, at least 3 punches, took the shots, there will be enough there to say that, you know, let's see if he fights someone his own size. Because that's the biggest critic Jake had. He never fights someone his age or his size. He flipped it, and I think he'll come out with credit, and people will want to see what he does now. Viddal, who would you like to see Jake fight next? Because it's different to Joshua. Joshua, it's kind of almost got to make sense. With Jake, he can pick anyone up. And
the way he does his matchmaking, I don't know.
I would like to see him fight Amir Khan.
You think that sells as a big fight?
It's a warm-up fight for him.
It has to be a smaller person. He's gonna go. It has to be a smaller person. He won't be fighting a heavyweight again.
Khan winning it.
You think Khan beats him? What about? I mean, the obvious is surely Tommy Fury, because that's the only fight.
Oh, yeah,
and that was the argument. People saying if he couldn't beat Tommy Fury, how is he going to beat Joshua? I think that is probably the one fight that would show us where he's at.
When the last Tommy fought?
That's
May
exactly
24 random Hungarian.
This is the point. Tommy's not on the radar right now.
Why is that?
I think he's probably too busy doing M&S adverts or reality shows.
Boxing wise, he has no presence, right?
No, because I know why. Because when he boxed Jake Paul, go pay so much money. When he boxed KSI, go pay so much money. And then suddenly when he was meant to box on another show, the numbers were so low, and he did like, hold on. Because he started, it was at the top, and then suddenly the numbers are so low right now because he's not boxing bigger people.
Yeah.
I suppose that's also for Jake Paul. You know, if you lose to Joshua, you can come again. If you lose to Tommy, suddenly it's like, where do you go from there? So these big...
You won't fight Tommy again. No. The only fight I would like to see this happen, I've got honest truth, is Jake Paul and KSI now.
Yeah.
That's the opposite. So would you stay up for that one?
He'd be there ringside.
What are you talking about? I'll be there ringside. That's the fight I want to see.
No,
they've been going at it for the last 20 years. Just get it done.
That's the Fury and AJ of that world.
Yeah, but Viddal, you obviously know KSI more than anyone. Has he almost kind of lost hope in that happening?
Man, anything's possible, man. That's what I'm gonna say.
What do
you looking at me for? Yeah, the fight is gonna happen. I think we want it to happen because we want to see it. If basically Jake Paul and KSI no fighting, it's like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua no fighting.
Literally.
Yeah, because it's like they're always on each other's back, you know, arguing with each other, you know, just making each other look bad. So
what would get more views?
It's a great question. Yeah, what's a bigger fight in terms of commercially? Jake Paul, KSI, or AJ Fury?
KSI, Jake Paul.
Wow. It is somewhat depressing that even
it will get more views. Yeah, because
there's just more market.
More market because Your kid will watch it. Everybody's
Listen,
kid will watch it. And then and then when you remember, the tickets were set up because you're not gonna let your kids go watch Jake Paul and KSI by themselves.
Exactly.
So guess
it's
what?
1 in 4 tickets.
You got buy
Yeah, 4 in 1.
5 kids, and you're gonna buy 3 tickets because you're gonna have to need the mom and then another chaperone to help you. And do you understand?
But we should put on an event, Derek. I like the way you're talking about these tickets. You know how it goes.
But we don't have any kids want to come and watch us. So
No, I do.
No, you don't.
I do. Big up the Gen Zs, man.
Right, that's the final bell. Big thanks to Derek and Viddal. We'll be back with the biggest fights, the fiercest debates, and plenty more huge boxing nights in 2026. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to Sunsport's YouTube channel, and stay across all the latest boxing right here. We will see you next time.